Welcome, dear viewers, to Marriage and Family. Today, we will listen to a very special story. A story not only about love, but also about the struggle between personal emotions and social prejudice, between a mother's desire for happiness and her children's concerns. Please join me in welcoming our guest today, Mrs. A.
Hello, madam. How may we assist you today?
Hello, I am 70 years old. My husband passed away long ago, and I have been living alone, independently, taking care of everything myself. To be honest, I do not lack material comfort, my pension is enough for a comfortable life. But my heart still feels lonely, until I met a man who is much younger than me. With him, I feel happy, listened to, cared for, and I want to love again. However, when my children found out, they strongly opposed it. They said I was bringing shame to the family, that I was being foolish. I feel so confused and distressed, and I don't know what to do.
Thank you for trusting us with your story. Could you tell us a little more about your children, as well as the younger man you are seeing?
With their own families and stable careers. They care deeply for me, but at times I feel their concern turns into control. As for the young man, he is much younger than I am, yet he is gentle, attentive, and truly listens to me. I know people will be suspicious, but when I am with him, I genuinely feel alive again, no longer lonely.
Certainly. Could you tell us more in depth about your relationship? How many years younger is he than you? And in your view, what brings him to you? Is it material reasons, or is it physical desire?
He is 20 years younger than I am, and his job is rather unstable. He often comes to me and very much enjoys it when I cook for him. He compliments me, saying I look young and that I know how to care for others. He also listens whenever I open up and share my feelings.
Very well. And when it comes to intimacy, do you feel you are able to meet his needs? Has he ever expressed, or shown any intention, regarding your money or financial situation?
In terms of intimacy, I am still fine and able to meet his needs. As for money, so far I haven't seen him say anything about it.
Thank you for being so candid in your sharing. Allow me to analyze this a little further, both for you and for our audience. Regarding intimacy, at your age it is completely natural to still have desires and the ability to fulfill them. There is nothing shameful in that. On the contrary, it shows that you still carry a lot of vitality. However, such a large age difference can mean that over time, your needs and his may not always align. It is important to be mentally prepared for that possibility. As for finances, the fact that he has not brought it up so far is a positive sign. But realistically, your children's concerns often stem from this very issue. They fear you might be taken advantage of. When a younger man with an unstable career becomes attached to a woman with financial security, it is easy for society, and for family, to be suspicious. The key here is that you must remain clear-headed, keep control of your assets, and carefully observe whether this relationship truly comes from genuine affection, or if material demands may surface later on. Very well. Could you tell us more specifically about your children's reactions? When they found out, how did they respond? Were there words or actions that hurt you the most?
When they found out, my children reacted very harshly. They said I was bringing shame to the family, that at my age it was foolish to still think about love. One of them even cried, saying I didn't care about my children and grandchildren, that I only thought of myself. I felt deeply hurt, as if I were a mother who had done something wrong. Since then, the atmosphere in the family has been very heavy, and I even hesitate to visit my children and grandchildren because I fear being reproached again.
Thank you for being so open. Let me analyze a bit so you can better understand your children's reactions. In fact, their strong opposition doesn't necessarily come from rejecting your happiness, but from several overlapping psychological factors. First, fear. They worry you may get hurt, especially since this man is much younger and his work is unstable. They fear you might be taken advantage of, both emotionally and financially. Second, a sense of threat. For so long, you have been the emotional anchor of the family. When you give your affection to someone else, your children may feel as though they are losing a part of the love that used to belong solely to them. Third, social prejudice. Many still hold the belief that older people should not fall in love, and certainly not with someone much younger. Your children fear gossip, ridicule, and the idea of losing face with relatives or neighbors. And finally, the need for control. When parents grow old, children often believe they must decide on their behalf. While this comes from care and concern, it can easily turn into pressure, making parents feel deprived of their freedom of choice.
Yes, what you said is very true. But I honestly don't know why I suddenly feel this way, almost foolish, always drawn to younger men. With men older than me, I simply don't feel attracted. I've had a few relationships before. One lasted only 3 months, another 6 months, and the longest one was just about a year.
Oh, I see. So you are a woman with financial security, still youthful, independent, and you happen to be especially attracted to younger men. You have even had several relationships, though each lasted only a few months, up to a year at most. This shows that your emotional as well as physical desires are still very strong. That is quite different, because in reality, many women at this age often shy away from intimacy, or even feel afraid of being close to their husbands if their husbands were still alive.
Yes.
Alright, let me suggest this direction for you. Your children, they are your own, you cannot abandon them. But if you still have sexual needs, then it is fine to be with someone younger, as long as he makes you feel happy and fulfilled. Enjoy each day of joy, as it comes. Now, men in their 40s or 50s, most of them may not be thinking of marrying someone your age. Very often, they just want a temporary relationship. A place to stay, someone to cook for them, and then intimacy. Like the saying goes, a full meal, and then the ride. But remember, you are not breaking any law. He is a single man, you are a free woman. 2 people in love is perfectly normal. The real question is, what is his true intention? Because, let's be honest, you are no longer young, you are not a beauty queen, not a model. If someone comes to you, surely there must be some motive. So, my advice is this. Continue if you wish, you don't have to stop. But don't aim for marriage, and don't expect too much from him. In your free time, join different clubs or groups, meet new people, expand your circle. And one more thing, be discreet. Keep your private life private, so that people won't gossip and make you feel sad. Most importantly, always cherish and love your children and grandchildren. Because later in life, when you grow older and perhaps fall ill, it is they who will be there to care for you.
Thank you, sir. After listening to your advice, it feels as if I have awakened. I will take your words to heart, and I will follow your guidance.
Dear viewers, today's story shows us that love knows no age. At every stage of life, people still need care, companionship, and their own happiness. What matters most is to remain clear-minded, to cherish family, and at the same time, to live truthfully with one's own feelings. We hope that through today's episode of Marriage and Family, you have gained a new perspective, to understand more, to empathize more,